We got a $50 donation here from Minnie Mall, who says, watching the amazing 3D Blast run, it went far too smoothly for a two-player one controller run. Shoutouts to Amber Cyperin and everyone else for Hotfix. It's amazing. And folks, it is time. We are ready now. It is Sonic Adventure 2 Battle with Dage 4.
Yo, what's up, everybody? My name is Stage 4, and yeah, commentators, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Sarah from 1313. Nice to be with you all today.
I'm Dracodan. Very nice to be with you all today.
And I think we're doing Hero Story, right?
Let me just confirm for you, one last refresh. We are indeed doing Hero Story. Hero Story takes the lead with $13,455 against Dark Stories' $9,801. So, it is time for some Hero.
Let's play some Hero indeed. All right, I'm gonna count down now. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, so Hero Story. We've got 3 characters to play here. We've got Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails. Each of them do have their own distinctive playstyles, and we'll speak more on Knuckles and Tails as we get to them. As you see entering City Escape, we started with Sonic in the boarding section. Seraphim, how does this work?
So Sonic is on this little snowboard type thing going on concrete, but it works. And then the main thing is you'll notice Dave's going off these ramps. He's going to try to press A as close to the edge as he can, get extra height, extra speed off of it. And then once we get past that, we're going to get to how he normally moves, which is through jumping and spin dashing.
And we are already coming up to the first major skip of the game, City Escape skip. He's going to line up, roll down this hill, and probably use a pause
Let's go.
No pause? He's
Go!
gonna...
He gets it!
We've got it! Oh, this
There
is
you
the
go.
first CE skip at a GDQ. I don't know how many Hero Story runs there's been, but first try, pauseless. This, wow, world record pace. And people say that in jest, but this is, like, that's serious. Multiple world record pace due to that. Let's go.
So to explain the skip, it launches you 30 seconds later into the level. The level design just conveniently lets us be there. It does kind of mess up our camera. Dage is a pro, he can get out of that. Easy peasy, and now here we are in the truck section. The main thing for this section is you don't want Sonic to go up into the air. It's slower. So Dage is going to stop his spin dashes and reapply them to get down the hill as quickly and efficiently as possible.
Yeah, the truck section shows a good example of how the fundamental movement really works as Sonic, where you want to spend as much time as possible spin dashing, and whenever you're going downhill, you just want to let the spin dash roll as it forces you to continue to accelerate, but if you're on a straight or going uphill, you'll want to rapidly unroll and chain the spin dashes together to maintain your momentum. Coming now into the first boss, Bigfoot, this is a relatively simple fight where Dage is just going to try and use the boxes directly in front of Bigfoot to keep jumping into the cockpit and hopefully get a few first frame hits together. The fastest possible time you can get here is 21.39.
Looking good so far. One more
Looking
hit.
pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, that last hit might be a little rough.
4-4? 4-5?
Up.
Look at
4-4,
me.
not bad.
Look at Dage.
Not bad. And now jumping immediately into our second character of the run, Knuckles. These Knuckles stages are more open world areas. Knuckles can glide, Knuckles can climb, and the goal of this stage is to find 3 pieces of the master ammo. We're going to use these hit monitors to figure out where the best place, or to figure out where the piece is, and then we have to kind of on the fly route where we need to go. Now there are 3 pieces. You're supposed to get them in order, but you can see what we call free pieces, which are pieces you see without using the monitor. Those are really nice to get. It doesn't look like we got one in Wild Canyon, but there will be more chances to see them later on in the run.
Okay. This is a pretty average set. Like, there's a set of, like a range of times that we'd expect to see per stage, and 25 is pretty average for Wild Canyon, I'd say.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, this is
So right now we're coming into the first boss fight of the run. There are kind of like a couple of different types of fights. This one's the character battle, where you fight against your, I guess I would call it doppelganger. And the first one is Eggman 1, where you just hold forward, or you pull forward a little bit, and then you just shoot the button.
Yeah, it's weird how Tails is the only character where you're introduced to him through a boss fight rather than gameplay. But it's a little apt, because as we come into Prison Lane, it might not be immediately apparent watching Dage go through the stage really quickly, but Tails is honestly pretty difficult to move effectively with. I'd say Tails is the hardest of the characters to really get a good grasp of the movement. What you're going to see Dage do a lot of is jumping around corners like so, because Tails really struggles with ground cornering, and it's really easy to lose your speed. So we're going to be seeing a lot of that, and also targeting enemies as early as possible to open these gates. Some of the enemies are going to be targeted in very strange spots, like through walls, because the game doesn't really care about whether you have a line of sight to the target. It's just based on a specific position, and some of the positions you can fire from are a little counterintuitive.
I can't stress how important it is to have like really small jumps. It helps to really optimize Tails' movement. And Dage actually got a little gate hop earlier where he skipped an elevator, which is a little risky, but he goes for it and nails it.
Coming here, you can shoot the robots a little early, just because you can. Tails' laser is pretty powerful, I'd say.
So Dage also just did a pivot turn there. There's no real good way to get a lot of instant speed with Tails the same way there is with Sonic and Knuckles, but you can rapidly do a 180-degree turn on the control stick to force Tails to do a pivot turn. That's the fastest way to get a burst of speed from a stationary position.
Another good use of using the laser to go through walls in order to hit enemies faster.
And these gate hops, they're honestly not that easy, because it's a combination of, you obviously need to be moving fast, you need to have specific timing, and because you are also doing a little bit of cornering, it's surprisingly easy to lose your speed whilst you are popping on top of those gates there to skip the mini elevators, and if you do, then it's very difficult to make the jumps if you're not at top speed.
Metal Harbor is pretty fast. Don't blink.
It is. It's going to be the first stage with an upgrade. About, I'm going to say for Dage, 18 seconds into the stage, we're going to be getting the Light Shoes, which is going to let Sonic light dash across trails of rings.
Yeah, and that's going to be really helpful to get across this pit of water, because if you fall in the water, you die. Now, Dage is going to go for a strat coming up where he is going to utilize the loop coming up. Now, that loop gives you extra speed, but if Dage can spin dash behind it, he can get extra speed.
Okay.
He can actually get a jump to hop up there, but a good recovery. Couldn't quite get the hop, but still pretty faster, actually, than doing it normal. So good job there.
Faster than the alternative.
Yeah. Now we got our rocket skip. This is going to be a great example of using the geometry of the stage to get up and just hit the rocket right away. So it starts at 15 seconds. We did it in 2.05 seconds, so not bad.
Yeah, with a 44 checkpoint as well, like, man.
You can jump off the rocket early if you spam the A button there.
Yep.
And coming up, this is the last boarding of the run. It lasts a few seconds, and then we just go straight into another small loop skip to just try and jump straight into the goal ring as quickly as possible. Yeah,
I'm
117.
gaming right now.
Oh my.
I'm not gonna lie.
Holy moly.
So we're going to be coming into Shadow 1 now, the second character boss fight, and this is going to be an instance of using what we call storage to inflict damage quickly. Pretty much all the actions in this game are on the same button, the action button, so the game needs a way to differentiate what action you're doing. So you press B to do a somersault, and you hold B to do a spin dash. So whilst there's a brief moment before the spin dash comes out, the game considers you to still be somersaulting, and you have the properties of somersaulting, which includes a shorter hitbox, which allows you to go under barriers, and it allows you to inflict damage. So visually, it's going to look like Dage is just running into Shadow, but the game thinks you're somersaulting into Shadow.
I see.
Nice use of the spin dashes to make sure that
Yeah.
Shadow doesn't high jump.
Very nice, 11.29. That's very fast for that strat. About as fast as you can execute it, honestly.
Yeah, we crushed that faker.
I was going to do a spin dash, but I pressed the button a few frames early, so.
Yeah, that's the tricky thing. Like, there is a strat there where you can spin dash into Shadow to start, and it is about quarter of a second faster if done optimally, but you need to start inputs at the right time, because if you input before it actually becomes actionable, the game doesn't read the input.
Welcome to Green Forest, also known as wall for us because we're going to run up a bunch of walls in this stage. It's really fun. The stage can be annoying because it's easy for Sonic to go up into the air, which is slow. But what you'll see is an example of Dage using a rail to get Sonic to jump at an awkward angle, and that will allow him to land on an invisible wall. See if he can get it. He's on that wall, and he does it. He completes Air Yeezy, a fantastic job on that first
Air
wall.
Yeezy.
Really nice line as well. Like it's easy to have a wide line during that and lose a little bit of time just from taking it at a wide angle, but that was really compact. That's
Wall
really
run
good.
2,
and then another
nails
mini
it.
wall run. And coming up to what is going to be the big wall run of the stage, this is a lot more involved and for a lot of people a lot more risky. We're going to use another loop speed exploit here, getting on the side of a loop, spin dashing off it and homing attacking in a certain place to hopefully get a specific angle for skewed gravity to let Sonic go straight onto this tree, spin dash to get more speed, and jump off in a particular way to be able to do TAS run and just skip that entire climbing section and bungee section. That is such a difficult trick to do, and especially without pausing to extend the hover or having much camera view, that's just incredible to watch that variant done.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dage 4 Gaming.
Like,
Into an angled sort of slope, and then you can bounce off it. It's a horizontal loop.
yeah, there's a lot of
version.
geometry-related exploits in this game. There's a couple of exploits that are possible here in Pumpkin Hill, but it is going to depend on which pieces Dage gets. So first of all, grabbing the upgrade at the same time as getting a hint allows you to cancel the text a bit faster. Forgotten HUD, this first piece can be in 2 different spots, getting the second one, and let's see what the second piece is. Pumpkins who don't get along at Pumpkin Mountain. So the way that the game generally generates the RNG for the pieces, piece 1 is completely random, it just picks a random piece 1. For piece 2, it forces you to go far away from where piece 1 was, and then for piece 3 it does a lot of complex math stuff to try and make it so that there's a large total area between all the 3 pieces, but it's not a guaranteed thing.
I found him.
Yeah, that was good execution, not the greatest RNG.
Yeah, it's more pretty average RNG. Like this is this is some run so far where like the execution has just been absolutely amazing so far, and the RNG is just completely average so far. This could go either way, really.
So here we are in Mission Street. We're going to get an upgrade for Tails. That's going to allow him to hover, but we're actually going to manipulate this upgrade to help us in a really helpful way. We're going to use what we call hover jumping. And so what happens when Tails jumps in the air, if you press the second A input a second time really quickly, Tails gets extra height from the jump he's not supposed to get. And so we will see Dage pause a lot in order to make sure that there's only 1 frame difference between his first and second input, and he can get on that platform, which he's not normally supposed to do.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of applications of that throughout the run where you don't get that much extra height from hover jumping, but the way that Tails' stages are designed, like they are very finely designed in such a way that getting like any extra height really breaks a lot of the stage design and allows you to skip a lot of intended sections or get out of bounds in unexpected ways. So even though it's a relatively minor difference, it really breaks a lot of the Tails stages.
So the big thing for Mission Street is there's a cycle coming up, and we're going to try to hit this elevator platform, and if Dage does it early enough, he will save 11 seconds to get 0 cycle.
Looking pretty good so far. You can afford to lose a bit of time throughout the stage, but not very much, and there really hasn't been any significant time off the zip. Yeah, it's this drum coming down right
Easy.
here.
Let's go.
Easily in time for it.
And that's 0 cycle. The rest of the stage is a lot of pause hovering, so if you want to do donations, go ahead.
Awesome, thank you. We got a lot of love coming in for you. We got a $50 donation from Tez Slam Jam that says, "Hey Dage, it's so awesome to see you finally make it to the GDQ stage, and to have Seraphim and Dracodan commentate makes this legendary. Juice and I are so proud of you. Keep killing it like I know you will." We've
Thank you
also
so
got a
much.
$25 donation from Drumbasher004 who says, "Good luck, Dage. Hoping you get that first try DN."
Yep, 202. That's pretty nice. The in-game time is a little lower than you would otherwise see in a regular Mission Street run because when Dage grabbed the upgrade, he stayed on the upgrade screen for a few seconds to delay the timer moving forward. That's an IGT optimization that's currently used a lot in runs.
All right, aquatic
free
mine
piece.
time. Oh, free piece! Nice.
Let's go. What set are we gonna get? Ooh, pain.
Well, this looks good so far. So aquatic mine is split up into kind of this big area and then a few offshoot areas. We're gonna grab this free piece. We have a first piece also in this main area, and so really wherever a second piece is, unless it's the top,
Ghost Room, there
not
you go.
bad. This is a
Wall run
great
into
set.
clip out.
Nice sign clip to get out of bounds. You can just shove Knuckles into the corner and wham bam, you're out of bounds.
20, dude.
20 seconds. Oh my
All right,
goodness.
that's a good RNG stage. That's a really good RNG stage. 20 is
executed
definitely
that.
on the better end of times for Aquatic Mine.
Yeah, this is perfect.
Like that
And
was pretty nice
the tech
execution.
there as well. Like the really fast wall run into a clip out. Like even though the RNG stages are RNG, there's a lot of time that can be saved with executing tech well.
You might have noticed a little like boost thing at the start. I can't say the name of the skip, but it's basically every time on first load when you start the game, you get a little boost that saves, I think, 0.8.
Yeah, something like that.
You'll see me drifting here. Basically, boost speed is the fastest speed you can get in the cart, and you can conserve that boost speed by drifting back and forth.
I'm getting closer.
You also might see me collecting specific rings. I'm doing a specific ring route to get the most optimal boost at the right time.
Yeah, ideally the only time you really want to boost in this stage is after you've been forced to lose some speed, which is going uphill or colliding with something. Otherwise, you are typically just at the speed cap the whole time. And
Oh,
backwards
yeah.
driving.
Yeah, I went a little slow there, but it's fine. It's humorous. If you want to do some donations right now, this is a pretty empty stage, so go ahead.
Awesome, thank you. We have a $50 donation from GURP98 that says, good luck to the legendary Dage 4. Shout out to Dracodan and Seraphim as well, who are two of the most iconic voices in this game's history. Thank you all for being very influential runners and helping shape what Sonic Adventure 2 speedrunning is today. And we also got a $10 donation from Stellar who says, you made it, buddy. Congrats on your GDQ run. You're gonna kill it. Burger Gaming donation goes to Runner's Choice. And then we also got a $25 donation from Matchstick who says, I scheduled my lunch break around the SA2B run. It was my favorite game growing up. Thanks to GDQ for running such an awesome event. You all have inspired me to try to speedrun. Good luck to all the runners and thanks to everyone making this possible. Y'all are not fakers. And one more at the end here. We got a $100 donation from Sansero who says, today is my birthday and I heard it's Sent's birthday too, right? Anyway, here is my birthday present to you. Thanks for the awesome event. Thank you for the donation and happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday and thank you, Argic. That blue car at the end really scared me. Just saying.
Yeah.
I was a little worried there.
Yeah, there's a possibility that if you hit a car the same frame it disappears, the stage just disappears. You just die. It's kind of funny.
So we're entering the desert stages now. Personally, like I can't really speak for other runners, but I think this is like the most technical and difficult set of stages back to back. Tails has Hidden Base, Sonic has Pyramid Cave, Knuckles has Death Chamber. First, starting off Hidden Base with this pole jump with a very, very precise hover jump to get on top of that pole, and another hover jump to get a lot of height so it can go over a wall and just dispatch with that entire section right there. So that saves a few seconds over the alternatives.
Not bad. Yeah, you'll notice Dage doing a lot of pause jumps and things to get things. He's gonna do a new little optimization, get onto this little, I don't know what you call it, like I guess a gas tank thing. Anyway, you get over that.
Yeah.
It's faster than doing the other way by about a
That
second.
entire route is not easy either because
No.
like you don't have a straight camera view, and if you are too far to the right then you just hit a wall, and the thing about hovering into walls in this game is you get stuck to them and that get dragged down very quickly. So in some spots in this game, hovering in the wrong place can just kill you instantly. really swift. Sticking on that pulley there to destroy the door from the pulley so it can jump forward with momentum a bit faster than jumping off early. And some really nice hover jumps to get out of bounds here. This is kind of what I mean about how, even though Tales of Stages, like, they're very clearly designed in a certain way, a common theme in this game is that the developers apparently didn't make walls solid after a certain elevation. So if you can go high enough, most walls just aren't solid. And in the case of Tales of Stages, you really don't have to go very high in order to go over a wall. So the hover, even though it doesn't give you very much extra height, it's enough height to get out of bounds in many places.
Now, 136 is an incredible time, by the way. That's like insanely fast.
Yeah, like, wow.
Holy moly.
So Pyramid Cave, are we gonna see a sub 120 maybe? I doubt it.
Okay,
No.
that's
That is
a lot
like
to ask
bordering, like, I have to play perfectly.
But you got an 11 check. Don't give me any of that. You can get this. Oh my
what?
god.
I did?
Yes, you got an 11
Oh,
check.
damn.
You are gonna get a sub 120. All right, maybe not. But
That was a little rough, but we're fine. We can still
No,
do
it's
it.
all good.
Let's stop 130 anyway.
So Dage's gonna get the bounce bracelet, and this is gonna let us do some really fun things. When you use the bounce bracelet, after having a lot of horizontal speed, when you hit a wall and bounce, you get a bunch of vertical speed, going for a nice optimization here to get on this reel very fast, just beautiful. Doors don't even exist in Sonic Adventure 2, as Dage just showed off. We could use this bounce bracelet for so many things. For just getting speed, for getting extra height, we're gonna utilize the geometry of the stage again to get some extra horizontal boost. See, Dage, there's a couple of strats Dage can do here. Let's see which one he's gonna go for. He's
Oh
gonna
my
go
God,
for the
he's
hard
going for
one.
it.
For the fans.
He's gonna try to do a really crazy bounce. He gets
Dude,
it!
oh
What
my
a
God.
madman! What an absolute madman! That
nobody
is so
does
hard
this.
to
Nobody
do.
goes for this in rounds because that is so
Oh
dangerous.
my gosh! I can't believe he went for that. He's gonna rock it, get on this little edge, and then just bounce into the goal ring.
Oh
What
my
more do you need to
God.
see? What more do you need to see? This is the GOAT of SA2 you are watching.
That's just insane. Oh, I want to explain stuff, but it's not even worth like. Oh my, that was just. I don't have anything to say. But Death Chamber, RNG stage again, and a lot of potential death abuses that can be used here depending on what we get. So Bat's Nest, yeah, restarting on this piece.
Ooh, green piece.
Rerolling a first piece that's green, that's very nice. And depending what piece 2, this could be a confirmed set. I don't think that's a confirmed set, is it? Treasure you can't open.
I did restart. Oh!
Oh, he got
Wow!
He got Angel's
As
ring!
well.
He got a free piece. That's so rare. He's gonna go for
Into
box
a box
clip.
clip
Nails
out?
it.
So
What
that he can
is
just go
this?
straight to the underwater piece, get behind it into a
25?
25!
25 with one reset.
What is this, dude? This... Alright. Am I allowed to say this is world record pace yet?
I don't think it is. Not a shot.
It's really good. The game's usually not this nice. The game is trying to show off its best behavior for you right now, because that was an incredible set.
Alright, we got a mini boss gauntlet here. King Boom Boo into Egg Golem. There's a relatively new strat we're going to go for in King Boom Boo where if you get hit by a fireball, you get launched forward very quickly. And Boom Boo laughs at you getting hit. Whilst he's laughing, the ghost can't run away, so you can just immediately go for the hourglass and force this phase early where he goes into the ground, you dig him up, and just get 4 hits in a row. Honestly, King Boom Boo is a very trivial fight at this level. Egg Golem is anything but a trivial fight, though. We're going to be using the same super bounce tech that was being used in Pyramid Cave, but as Seraphim was mentioning, for a super bounce to work, you need to bounce before you contact a wall. That's very specific. And the platforms you have in Egg Golem are very narrow. You only have a few frames of time to do the super bounce inputs in order to get it to work correctly. So these are very difficult to do on command.
He's gonna get one.
1. You only need 3 for a good fight, by the way.
Okay, if I
There
get
you
a
go,
fast one
too.
here, we'll be good.
Yeah. The main thing that we really want to go for at top level with Egg Golem is getting it in one cycle, if you want to call it that, because Egg Golem does his attack phases, and once he starts an attack phase, you can't interrupt him from doing it. But this is still a relatively good fight. Gonna land on the arm and spin dash jump off it for a quick 5th hit.
Oh!
Yeah, it can behave.
Oh,
Oh yeah, this Egg Golem's a bully.
Yeah.
yeah.
Something people need to realize about this game is that the homing attack behaves in pretty odd ways, and sometimes it just decides to go for
Always going for
pretty
it.
questionable
I got it.
targets.
Sick.
Oh, he got it!
Victory glitch.
He can go. He
Yeah.
can move in the cutscene. If you hit him at the
Oh, wow.
last frame, you can move in the cutscene.
Oh well, down into the
Because why
sand.
not? Showing off for the fans.
All right, space stages. So stuff's been pretty hard so far. There's been some major skips. All of the space stages to end the runs have major skips, and they are all varying degrees of difficulty. We've got Eternal Engine here, where it's not a particularly involved skip, but I would call it a temperamental skip, where Dage is gonna attempt to break a couple of boxes and get a metal box to fall on top of him to break out of bounds, but this is temperamental.
And the trick is called Bofa, because you break
Yes,
both
he gets
boxes.
both the first try because you break both of these
And there it
boxes.
is.
Fantastic work. Getting out of bounds into
Yeah,
space.
like you need max speed, you need a very specific position, specific timing, you need to successfully break both of the boxes, and because you need that metal box to fall on top of you, you don't get repeated attempts at that. Like, you can try in both sides of the room, but if it fails both times, you need to take a death to reset the stage, because you need the box to fall down on you.
You can do some donations here. This is flying to the end, basically.
With a run this good, we need to get the donations to be just as hype, folks. This run is absolutely fantastic. We got a $25 donation from Jet Seth Radio, who says, "It is time to show everyone the real power of the Bro Mode engine. Keep being based." We have a $10 donation from Sam that says, "This has been one of the most impressive speedruns I've ever had the pleasure to witness. I loved Sonic Adventure 2 Battle as a kid, and watching you absolutely nail these tricks is so cool to watch. Good luck with the rest of the run."
Thank you so much.
120, that's just so solid, dude. So coming into the final RNG stage now. It's been a lot of RNG. This is the last opportunity to get some bad pieces. There's one particular piece that Dage really doesn't want to see, but I'm not going to mention it, otherwise it's going to happen.
That's gonna happen.
But Meteor Herd, like, tech-wise, Meteor Herd is one of the easiest Knuckles stages to play, I would say. There's a lot of gliding, a lot of taking springs, taking rockets, diving down. Like, it's a very wide open stage, but the movement is actually relatively easy in this stage.
It's closer, more left.
We forgot to explain something. Because we haven't been seeing any emblem cutscenes for some reason.
Oh no.
So there's a glitch he found in this game where you can use a glitch dark story file and you can skip the emblem cutscenes, which saves a bunch of time RTA. So if you've been like, hey, where are the emblem cutscenes? They're not here. We skipped them. It saves almost 2 minutes RTA. Granted, the main timing method in SA2 is IGT, so
Closer.
it doesn't really help. Like, an RTA world record is not the same as the IGT world record, but hey, we can skip and save a lot of time RTA.
Yeah, so another example of just very average RNG there. That's crazy. Like, the RNG in this run has been just completely dead average for 3 stages and then amazing on the other 2 stages.
Yeah. I'm feeling really good about this run. That's for sure.
Yeah, the Rouge. This is the last instance of Knuckles gameplay, and just need to land a few hits on Rouge back to back very quickly. It's meant to be a pretty protracted fight where you're flying around and trying to find her, but it's possible to lock her down very early and get her before the vent even opens. Like, if you get an early hit and then stay airborne a lot, her AI for some reason becomes very passive, so you can just repeatedly drill dive into her like this and she just doesn't even fight back. Easy sub 15 time.
My emerald.
But what isn't easy is Crazy Gadget. Seraphim, help me out here, dude.
All right,
too
this
much
is
for one
an
commentator.
an iconic stage. Crazy Gadget. There is a massive skip about 30 seconds into the, well, I guess less than that, like 20, 30 seconds in the run. So we're going to use these gravity lifts in order to get Sonic upside down. Now, there is going to be a part where you can use a switch, and it's actually supposed to be like, oh no, it's a dead end. We can't do anything with it. But here's the thing. There is a gap in some of the kill planes in the stage, and we are going to thread those kill planes, fly with skewed gravity into the goal ring. So Dage is going to set this up. There's going to be kind of 2 parts to the trick. He's actually going to go for a new variant where we used to have issues with the camera. He's going to go for this variant. So we get to see this from Sonic's angle. We are now floating in outer space. He did not hit the kill planes. He's going to see the goal ring in a minute. And let's see if he can time it right. And
There you
bingo,
go.
he nails
Straight into
it.
the center. Very
Sub
nice.
46, incredible time.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
free.
that's a really interesting variant. Like, it's not necessarily faster, but a lot of runners find it a lot more manageable since you actually get to see what you're doing. All you really do is avoid a camera trigger, which would otherwise force the camera to be in a specific position.
You're no match for me.
Coming up on the
Eggman
last
2.
Tails fight here.
The casual killer. A lot of people know this. Casually getting completely stuck on this boss. A lot of new runners getting stuck on this boss as well, but the AI is very predictable once you understand what it does, and whilst he's firing his huge death laser, he is fixed in place, which is very abusable. You just use that to keep him in place and get a few quick hits off.
I messed up the setup there, but that's okay.
Yeah, still a very decent fight. And coming into Final Rush. So the question must be asked, is this Final Rush or is this Fast Final Rush?
I don't know yet.
All right, well, there are 2 skips we're gonna do on the stage thanks to our handy dandy Brown's bracelet. Is gonna essentially do the same thing in Crazy Gadget. We're gonna go around some kill planes and then fall into the goal ring as per usual in the space stages. There are 2 variants. One is a more consistent one, and one has some RNG, and he's gonna go for the hard one.
He's going for
We
it.
saw
Oh,
this
wow.
in AGDQ 2018. Now, this is a really hard skip to hit because the kill planes sometimes phase in and sometimes they don't. It's like a 10% chance of working. Dage is gonna go for it. I think he got a nice balance bracelet off.
Oh, no.
And he got
No,
hit by
alright.
it. And
I
don't.
jumped out of my
That's
chair,
not
but, like,
surprising. That is
yeah.
not surprising. That is insanely hard to hit. So
It's
he's gonna
too
go.
much to ask for that to work 2 events in a row.
I know that would have
Sorry.
been crazy, but we're gonna go for the regular variant. Dave just got a timer in his head to know when he's supposed to start falling because we're kind of going at an angle horizontally, and then we're going to drop straight down. So he's actually going for what's called fast reset, and that's a bit of the risk to it is that you can hit the kill plane early, but it is faster if you can do it. So we'll see.
Yeah. Fundamentally, Final Rush skip using this safer method to fall around all the kill planes, it's one of the simplest skips, but when you try to optimize this, the risk factor just increases exponentially because you can't see where any of the kill planes are, and you have to just either be very disciplined in your approach or make educated guesses to be able to tell how early can I afford to reset gravity and turn without contacting any of these kill planes. Like, it's a weird skip where just to get it correct, it's very easy to execute, but then if you want to optimize it, it becomes extremely risky.
We got time for a little donation or 2.
Awesome. We got a $50 donation here from Gapo who says, I was going to try and say something witty, but Dage is crushing it and has left me speechless. Runner's choice.
Save the cone.
Dage is a little low here, but he should be able to break through the back end of this wall and still hit the goal ring. There we go. Nice.
So coming up, we have the final boss of the video game, Shadow 2. Basically, I want to jump at a specific time and homie attack him in a rhythm, and that kind of just locks him in place.
Yeah, it's 5 hits, and time is when the 5th hit is landed. That's when the in-game timer stops for the last time. That is when the run is concluded. So,
Chat, let's count together. We got
1.
1. We got 2.
2. Yep.
Gotta try to
3.
save
We're going for a
three.
backup variant.
Okay, it has to bail out and reset it.
4.
There he
That's
goes. That's
gonna
fine.
be a, yeah, so chaos control, but next hit is going to be time.
And time.
5 time.
That's it.
Nice job, Dage. Oh my
That
goodness, that
was
was
a
crazy.
It must be said, that was a run. Congratulations, dude.
Yeah, that was the most ideal scenario. I was going into this like so nervous. I don't know what happened. There's something
And then
clicked.
you got CE skip somehow. Like, oh my.
I did it.
I don't know what the time is. I'm sure the chat or the SAT people would know. But
Awesome job, Tails.
Sonic.
Yeah, that's super solid.
3204 is such a good time.
That
Yeah.
sounds like, with Emblem Skip, that's probably going to be a mid to high 22 or a low 23, I want to say.
yeah. Okay, commentators, you can shout out whatever you need to do.
Shoutouts to Dage for this amazing run. Shoutouts to GDQ for raising for this cause and putting on this run. Thank you guys so much. And shoutouts to the SA2 community for making this game what it is. This has been a collective effort. So many people have been involved, and I'm just really proud to see how far this game's come.
Amen to that. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Dage, why don't you take us home?
All right. I want to give a special shout outs to the entire SA2 speedrunning community. I'm so thankful that you guys accepted me and morphed me into the person I am today, not only as a player, but also just as a person. I think that's, it's so nice. Shout outs to the TGU, my group of buds. I can't wait to hang out with you guys in August. It's going to be sick. Shout outs to GDQ for having me on. Ever since 2013, I've had a dream of doing a run for this, and now I'm here. It's mind-blowing. It would have blown my mind as a kid. And especially, thank you all for donating, for being generous, and for having a good old time. I hope I was able to provide that, and I think I'd like to say I did. It's been an honor being Dage 4 for y'all. Take care.
Hell yeah, Dage. Thanks so much.
What a run that was, folks. Dage, you definitely did everybody proud watching that. What an amazing run, buddy. We got a $100 donation from Anonymous here that says, congratulations to Dage for an absolutely unbelievable run so far. Sonic Adventure 2 is my favorite game of all time. Oh my God, the Pyramid Cave Skip, what a legend. This man is truly the greatest of all time and has two amazing commentators backing him up. World record, Schmerled Schmeckard. This is the real run right here. And we also have a $50 donation from MJ that says, SA2 holds such a special place in my heart, so I had to donate. Here's hoping we'll see the Chow Garden at a GDQ one day. And after that run, folks, we all need a little bit of a breather. So what we're all going to do is stand up, stretch your legs, grab yourself a drink of water if you haven't already. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back to Summer Games Done Quick 2021 online, powered by Twitch. I'm just still in awe of that run from Dage there. It was amazing, and I'm not the only one. We got a $100 donation from Ferric Potion here that says, ridiculous SA2B run, just had to donate. And now we've got a really cool video from the Yeti. Take a look at this. Oh, we got even more SA2B love coming in here. We got a $100 donation from Kesrek that says, great Sonic runs and always happy to help out with Argic's amazing ability to hype things up.